Hello everyone, I'm here to talk about something important and informational. This video will be talking about themes of child labor, theft, and wage theft. If these topics make you uncomfortable, feel free to click off the video. To those that are still here for the video, feel free to get some snacks while I talk about the dark side of Cookie Kingdom world. Small reminder that not everything will be completely timeline accurate or may be taken out of proportion. Please don't harass anyone mentioned. On June 29th, 2025, we got our first look at any of the game on their official TikTok, showing off the game lobby, part of the map, and the machines in the game. Some cookies were shown in the video: peanut butter cookie, choco fudge cookie, and choco fudges crumbled. The views and people's excitement for the game were high. Other cookies were added shortly after, such as vanilla cream cookie, Sunset Angel Cookie, Stopwatch Cookie, Cream Puff Rabbit, and Popcorn Cookie. Choco Fudge Cookie, made by Owl, Vanilla Cream Cookie, made by Abby, and Crystal Rose were all stolen without permission from the creators. Owl and Abby were told two options, both of them being payouts to keep the characters. Option 1 was to pay the creators 3k Robux for the usage of the character in the game so far. That is about $10.50 USD or lower. Option 2 was to pay for the whole character from the creator trademarked under the name Sweet Oven for 30k Robux, averaging around $105 USD or lower, which in all sense is not right to begin with, as their developers at the time were not being paid for all the work they already did. Owl, the creator of Choco Fudge Cookie, said, "When I first found out, I was chill with it because I thought it was a cool game and thought nothing of it. But after all the drama and things coming out, including my call out on the owners in the dev server, I requested for Choco Fudge Cookie to be removed. Abby also requested for vanilla cream to be removed. Things kept going back and forth between me and the owners. At some point they called me unreasonable and inconsiderate of the game, and ended it abruptly after stating she'd be removed the next update. She was, but they also made the code "No More Choco" upon her removal. I will admit I got heated in the convo, but at that point I was already fed up with them, and especially because they attempted to buy the rights of her after they stolen her, with the excuse that they couldn't contact me even though they found her on the Cookie Run Kingdom OC wiki, which they could have contacted me on my message wall. Stopwatch Cookie was a cookie that wasn't directly stolen, but their character's design was almost completely identical to the original creators of the cookie. This happened with two other cookies that they made, a pink lemonade cookie and chocolate lemonade cookie. All three of these were made by Colt the Clown without their permission to have any of them added to the game. Colt the Clown said, "I felt confused on why I was seeing my OC that I don't draw as much as my others. So I checked all throughout their Discord server to see if they had credited me or mentioned me at all. And that's when I saw that they took another one of my OCs. So I was upset because I had posted them on my TikTok where they could have credited me. It's like until recently that I made the videos private so I could re-upload them later with more art, but they've been online for months. And when I talked to the devs or the people in the server, they were trying to gaslight me into thinking the designs were not similar. Like there was no similarities at all. It was really frustrating because I was trying to talk to them and they were jumping me in chat. I think it was 4 different people talking to me all at once. I could be wrong, but I was getting overwhelmed and frustrated, so I left the server." On July 13th, 2025, they announced the beta version of the game only available to those who paid for early access. They labeled them as testers for the game, despite most of these bugs still being an issue in the game today, with no look at actually fixing them anytime soon. During this time, a miner named Wither17-18 was one of the developers at the time, who was blamed for a lot of the reasons behind the bugs. They were also blamed Wither for the stolen OCs for the game. More on that later. Later on August 17th, 2025, we got the release date of the game, August 30th, 2025. The game released on August 30th, 2025, like promised, with many bugs and lots of game passes. As the game became more popular, Lux and Brilliant would push more for updates. Note, by the way, they did not work on the game, they only came up with the ideas for the game. They would push for weekly updates, making the developers work way too much. Some of the developers were given a lot of work, while others were given no work. Some developers would be working on something just to find out the different developer was already working on it, as Brilliant and Lux would only DM the developers in DMs, making the communication between developers near and far. The stress caused one of the developers, Cherry, to leave from stress, putting more work on the others. Not only were the deadlines impossible, the developers were not being paid for their work, making this a federal crime of wage theft. Many of the developers were minors, which meant they broke the federal law of child labor, as 13 to 15-year-olds are not eligible to work more than 18 hours a week. Wither was one of the first developers known to leave the team for not being paid for their work. After leaving the team, they were banned from the server and were said to be the terrible person who made a backdoor to the game. Wither was also blamed for a lot of the issues with Cookie Kingdom World. Wither never made a backdoor to the Cookie Kingdom World game. They made a backdoor to the Jurassic Park game that they worked on back in 2021 as a retaliation against the owner of the game that sexually harassed them. Wither had no part in any of the OCs being stolen for the game. Many of the devs had no idea the characters were stolen at the time, as it was Lux and Brilliant who brought the characters to be developed for the game. Developers that worked on Cookie Kingdom World and left the team would be banned from the server, with the excuse that Lux and Brilliant did not want to have a raid. If you were a developer in the server still, and were friends with someone who had quit, Lux and Brilliant would try to gaslight you into stop talking to them. Anyone that spoke up about the corruptions of the owners would be banned from the server for speaking up. When the developers were leaving the game, such as Soda, they would not let them take their characters out of the game or their work on the models. When you are in the game, you will notice that there are AI dwellings in their rooms, which is horrible as they have actual artists working for them that can easily draw them for them. Not only was there AI in the game, they had also stolen and traced official art from Cookie Run Kingdom of Black Pearl Cookie as the thumbnail for the game. Most of the people that were involved and most of the developers that left the game would like to stay out of this drama, so have respect and don't reach out to them asking about Cookie Kingdom World or about the creators Lux and Brilliant. Sadly, this game had so much potential if it wasn't for the owners of the game. I hope that Lux and Brilliant get the consequences that they rightfully deserve in the future. For all of you who have watched, you should definitely go support the modelers and the creators that worked on the game. They deserve it and are amazing people that deserve way more credit and respect than they have been given. If it wasn't for them, we may have never gotten to see their awesome skills and amazing artistic talents. I will be leaving some of the artists in the description for you guys to check out. With that, have a beautiful day, my rabbits and goats. Till next time!